Hi, Joe Bodek here, real estate investor and mentor coach. And as always, I want to thank you for stopping by and spending a few minutes with us. Now, there's probably more than one reason why wholesalers literally walk right past $60 to $120,000 every single year. But I'm going to give you what I think is the main reason. It's been my personal experience that most real estate coaches and course providers instruct their students to tunnel in on the real estate niche that they're promoting and ignore all the other real estate niches that surround them. Now, this is what you call tunnel vision, and it costs investors tens of thousands of dollars every year in unrealized profits. Now, years ago, I became a transaction engineer, and it allowed me to expand my income greatly just because I was open to the many different real estate niches that are out there. Yes, you need to work the real estate niche that you find most profitable for you and that you're most comfortable with, but to not be a transaction engineer and ignore all the other opportunities that present themselves, guys, it's costing you a ton of cash. So let me take this opportunity to show all you wholesalers out there how you can become a transaction engineer and put $60 to $120,000 of additional cash flow in your pocket this year without making any major changes to your existing business model. I am not telling you to stop doing what you're doing and come to some new shiny object. Keep doing what you're doing. You just add this stuff to what you're doing. Okay. Now, as with most new creative real estate investors, the first niche that I worked was wholesaling, probably just like a lot of you guys out there, right? Things were going along quite nicely until one day I happened to look at the trash can by my desk. I noticed it was filled with property information forms for properties that I had tried to get under contract, but wasn't able to because there wasn't enough equity in the property to do the deal, or the seller wouldn't take my low offer. Does that sound somewhat familiar? It should. Now, as I looked at all those trashed leads and added up all the time and the cash that it took to find them in the first place, it dawned on me that there had to be a way to turn those dead leads into cash deals. I mean, guys, it just defied common sense to work that hard to find them and then just toss 90% plus of all those leads into the trash. So I began to look around and I found subject to and fix and flip and owner finance and lease options, and I added them all to my toolkit. And for this example, I'm going to show you, I'm going to use lease options. Now, I did use some of the other niches to do this, but lease options was really the best fit for this particular situation. And in particular, we're going to talk about wholesale lease options. And when I added all this stuff to my toolbox, I became a transaction engineer. Now I noticed that I was trashing on average about 25 leads, or I was trashing on average or taking 25 leads to get one deal done. Sorry, I couldn't get that out right. Yeah. And that meant that I was throwing away 24 leads into the trash every month at a minimum uh, because I couldn't get the deal done. Now, bring on wholesale lease options. I found that wholesale lease options worked almost identical to the wholesaling I was already doing and that you're doing right now, and would allow me to turn many of those trash leads into cash deals because I didn't need tons of equity in the property and I didn't have to make lowball offers to the seller. As a matter of fact, I could deal with properties with little to no equity in them, and I could give the seller, a fair price for his property and still make a pretty good profit on the deal. So first, let me show you how a wholesale lease option works with one of the hundreds of deals that I've done. So you'll see that it's almost exactly what you're doing right now. Now, if you've seen a bunch of my videos before, you'll notice that I use this example many times. And no, it isn't the only deal I've ever done. I can't tell you how many times I get asked that. I really use it because it's a very easy example for you guys to understand. So I get a call from a homeowner by the name of Dana who has a property about an hour from me, and he's got a problem. He recently took a job in New Jersey, and he's currently living in Pennsylvania, spending about 2 hours to get to work and about the same 2 hours to get home every day, and it's driving him crazy. And he needs to get closer to where he works. He's got to move to Jersey. So this is what we call a motivated seller. He's got a problem to solve. Now, I had spoken to Dana months earlier, but the property was listed and it went into my dead lead file. And I followed up by email every 30 days. A few months later, my phone rings and it's Dana. Apparently, the realtor he was using couldn't get the house sold for whatever reason, so Dana came back to me. So we negotiated the deal over the phone, and the result was a sale price of $235,000 with a monthly lease payment of $1,000 per month for this 4-bedroom colonial that was in great shape and ready to go. And by the way, guys, when you're dealing with lease options, that's one of the beauties. You can deal in pretty houses in nice areas. You don't have to be chasing after junkers all day long. So I sent the contract to Dana by email using the company called DocuSign, which allows you to electronically sign documents over the internet. And I also got him to put a rent-to-own sign in front of the house while I placed rent-to-own ads in Craigslist and, all the other classified real estate sites. I upped the price of the house to $245,000, and a week or so later, Joe calls me, and he's got a need for a bigger house. So I negotiate the deal over the phone with Joe, and I have Dana show the home to Joe. Joe decides that they want the house, and after I do my due diligence on him, I send him a lease option contract via DocuSign, then did the assignment, and I guess it was about 4 weeks after I put the house under contract with Dana. I had a check in my hands for $10,000 as an option consideration. I'm happy, Joe's happy, and Dana is ecstatic. It was like he was shot out of a cannon, okay? He went to Jersey so fast. Now, here's the part you're really going to like. I never saw the house physically, never met the owner face to face, never personally showed the house, never met the tenant buyer face to face, and never touched the house in any way, shape, or form. Everything was done through email and by phone, with the exception of the tenant buyer sending me the check by snail mail. So as you can see, with only a few small adjustments, it's exactly what you're already doing. So how does this $60,000 to $120,000 of unrealized profit come into play? Well, as I already told you, I was throwing away a minimum of 24 leads per month. And I found that at a minimum, I could turn at least one, usually more, but at least one of those 24 leads into a wholesale lease option. My option consideration on these deals range from $5,000 to $10,000. So if you do a little quick math, you'll see I was able to add somewhere between $60,000 to $120,000 to my cash flow from leads that I was throwing in the trash. By the way, just like you're doing right now. Okay. So, this is something you really need to pay attention to. Okay. So as you can see, by becoming a transaction engineer, I was able to add a substantial amount of cash to my bottom line without making any changes or any major changes to my existing business model. All I did was add one incredible profitable niche to my business and take a little time to learn how to work with lease options. So if common sense prevails, wait a minute, let's back up the truck, okay? Most of the time, in my experience, common sense does not prevail, but let's say it does this time, okay? If common sense prevails, that's what you should be doing too. I mean, guys, why would you want to continue to throw all that cash into the trash now that you know better? And the only problem left to solve is that you don't know much about lease options. Well, I got the cure for that. Okay, hang in here. Now, the above example is just the tip of the iceberg. What if you had 6 different creative real estate niches that you could turn to work just about any lead that came across your desk? Now, that's what I call a transaction engineer. And it just so happens that my partner, Wallace Al, who, by the way, is a self-made creative real estate multimillionaire, Wallace knows his stuff, okay? So Wallace and I have put together a revolutionary mentoring program called the Transaction Engineer Mentoring Program. Now, our combined 60 plus years of real estate experience allows us to teach you 6 different highly profitable creative real estate niches. And we'll even walk you through the deals from start to finish if you'd like. Now, this is one-on-one mentoring from 2 highly skilled real estate investors with millions and millions of dollars in done deals over the past 50 years. And our programs are designed for serious investors that understand that continuing to be a one-trick pony is never going to get you where you want to go. So we're looking for highly motivated investors. We repeat that. We're looking for highly motivated investors. If you're just, a beginner and you're sticking your toe in to see what it's like, you're probably not suited for this program. If you're a beginner and you want to get after it, okay, you decide this is what you want to do, then you would be. So we'll work with beginners, we'll work with pros, we'll work with, people that are committed to get out there and get it done. That's who we're looking for. Okay. So at any rate, as I said, we're looking for highly motivated investors that would like to become transaction engineers and be able to tackle any need that comes across their desk. And of course, add thousands of dollars to their bottom line. Now, to get you on the road to becoming a transaction engineer, you need to go to executivementoring1.com/programs. That's executivementoring1.com/programs. Or if you want to do it the easy way, just click on the link down below this video, which will take you to the programs page. Okay. And what will happen is that when you get to the programs page, you're going to see all the different programs that we have to offer. And at the bottom of that page, you're going to see a button that says application for mentoring. So click on that button and fill out the form. And my partner Wallace will contact you to set up an interview to see if we would make a good fit. And if we do, you'll formulate a program unique to your needs. Now, I want you to understand something, guys. You're looking for mentors, you want to check them out. Okay. Well, we're looking for students and we want to check them out. Okay. Because as I said, we're looking for, motivated students, people that really want to get after this. And that's why we do the interviews, so that we can learn who you are while you learn who we are. We don't bring everybody that applies into the program. I just want you to know that. Okay. And the other thing is that this is not a cookie cutter situation. It isn't, for X amount of money, you get this, good luck, go get them. We make a program that is unique to you. That's why we need to talk to you. Okay. So Wallace put together a program that suits your particular needs. Nothing's cookie cutter here that we do. Okay. So that's why it's important to fill out that application. Now, the interview that you do with Wallace is free. It doesn't cost anything. Okay. So there's no obligation of any sort. And guys, look, it never hurts to have a conversation. We need to get to know who you are. You need to get to know who we are. And you can only do that through a conversation. Okay? Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you'll find the link to get you to that programs page in the discussion section right below the video. Okay. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos, because there'll be a bunch. And we'd really appreciate it if you'd like this video and our channel. Hey man, don't be shy, because we'd love to get your feedback. So feel free to leave a comment. So if you're the serious investor that we're looking for, you should get on this now, guys. You'll be glad you did. And I can promise you one thing, absolutely positively for sure. The interview with Wallace will not hurt a bit. All right. So be sure to get your interview booked, and always remember that it never hurts to explore the possibilities. So Wallace and I look forward to assisting you to becoming a transaction engineer. I want to thank you again for your kind attention. Hope you learned a little something. And we do look forward to working with you, like now. Whenever you're ready, we'll be here. Okay. So fill out that application, click on that button down here, fill out that application, and let's talk and see if, we're a good fit. So that's it from here, guys. Everybody have a good one. I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye for now.